Hey guys, welcome back to another video of mine, and in today's video we are going to do a simple performance test on a web application with and without using a cache. Okay, so let's quickly get started. So for this video I have a very simple setup, and as you can see there is a client here on the left side, and on the right side we have a server which is set up. I'm just using a quick VM which I set up on Azure here. Okay, and on the server we have basically divided it into two parts. We are running two processes. One is our Apache web server, which is on top here, along with WordPress. So I've hosted a very simple website with a few photos here and there. Okay, and this is serving traffic on port 80. Okay, this server is basically, this process is listening on port 80 for new connections. And there is one more process here where I've set up an Nginx web server. This is set up as a reverse proxy and also as the cache server. Okay, and this is listening on port 8080. So if you notice, there are two paths which a client can take here. This is purely for performance testing, so do not actually run this in production or whatever. Okay, so the first thing is, let's say the client wants to access the server directly, the WordPress website directly. In that case, the client accesses via the path 1, wherein the client just types the IP of the server and it goes to port 80, and in this way it reaches this application directly. But what if it actually wants to use the cache instead of hitting the server every time? In that case, the client can take path 2, wherein it will try accessing the same IP on port 8080, and then the Nginx process in turn will be redirected to talk to this Apache process. And once it talks to the Apache process, it gets back data and then it serves it back to the client. This is the case when the web page which the client is looking for is not cached. If the web page is cached, it doesn't even have to go to the Apache process. The Nginx process directly serves the page via its cache. Okay, this is a very simple architecture that I've set up. I hope you clearly understood what is happening. Okay, now let's move on to the demo. So this is the URL along with the entire page that we are trying to access. Okay, so let's access this page directly. If I do not mention any port, by default your browser takes port 80. Okay, if you use HTTPS protocol, then it takes 443. Okay, let's hit port 80 and let's see what happens. Yes, so this is a page that we are looking for. Okay, as you can see, it just contains a bunch of images and a few more details here and there. Okay, this is exactly how our web page looks like. Now let's proceed to the testing that we are planning to do. What I'm going to do here is I'm opening inspect element. Okay, this is the most basic test that you can do. I'm keeping it simple so you kind of understand the use of a proxy and how much of performance it can actually impact. Now what I'm doing is, once I go to inspect element, I've selected the network tab here. I'm going to go to the same URL. Okay, obviously without 8080. So this is going to hit our Apache process directly, which will serve the WordPress website. Okay, when I press enter, you will see a couple of calls being made here. Okay, in the inspect element tab, and finally it returns a number here. Okay, this is basically the total page load time. If you notice, it is taking about 5 minutes and 83 seconds for this entire page to load. Okay, this is, I don't know, like it might be good or bad. Let's actually hit the cache server and see how that behaves. Okay, we are hitting port 8080 and the same URL this time. Before I do that, I'm going to go to inspect element again and go to the network tab, so we are able to capture the calls. Okay, if I press enter, you actually see that the page load time has reduced to 1 minute and 82 seconds. This is like a direct performance improvement of around 4x, right? So if you notice, this is a massive improvement, and this is one of the reasons that you should try to cache all your static contents as much as possible. Now there is a small catch here. Okay, what happens is ideally your browser, right? Even that starts caching content. Okay, so let's go back to the same page, port 80. There is no cache involved again. We are using the path 1. Okay, and if I actually start reloading this multiple times, what happens is your browser starts caching these static images and content. So once that starts happening, your load time actually starts decreasing. So this is the exact same thing that I had spoken about in my previous video. The closer you keep the cache to the client, the faster it loads for the client, right? So in this case, the cache is going to be present on the local browser itself, and hence you're going to see a very good improvement in the load time. So I just reloaded it once, and you can see that the load time has already gone down to 631 milliseconds, right? This is again 2 times or approximately 3 times the lesser load time than we saw on the path 2 that we took, hitting the cache server, right? So this is kind of a really good implementation on the browser side as well. So you do not really require a cache if people are just accessing, a few things on your web page. Only when there is a lot of dynamic content which is which people have to keep rendering, and let's say they access a lot on your site which your browser cannot really cache. If there is too much of data, this is exactly when you will need caching. Okay, now if I go back to this, and this is on port 8080. Okay, and if I try reloading this, what you will see is, wait, let me go back to this, and there is a header which I'm trying to set, which is xgg cache status. Okay, and if you notice, this is actually pointing to hit. This means that whenever I'm trying to access this website on port 8080, it has actually hit the cache. Okay, it's not a cache miss. So it has not gone to the Nginx process, the Apache process, but the Nginx process has served this content directly. Okay, so we are on our server, and we are in the Nginx config directory now. So if I just do, if I try to, edit the, okay, let me just view the contents of this. Okay, so if you notice, this is the config which Nginx is using for your proxy cache and proxy pass and all that. So basically, if you notice, there is a path which I'm providing, okay, where cache Nginx. That's exactly where all the cache data is going to be stored. I'm also giving it a few other parameters with the max size of 1 GB. So a maximum size of 1 GB, that is so much of cache will be stored in this directory. Okay. Then again, we are making it listen on 8080. That's how we are able to hit this proxy server. And this is exactly where I'm adding the header. Okay, you remember seeing this in the browser, right? XGG cache status. And if this doesn't have the cache which it requires, it is going to make a call to the Apache server. And that's when you will see that it is actually a cache miss. Okay, and that's what we're going to see now. There are a few other parameters like proxy pass and proxy set header and all that. You can read about these parameters on the Nginx site. I'm also going to link a couple of documentations in the description of this video, so do check them out. Okay, so let me go to this path. Okay, so you see a couple of directories here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and clean all of them. Okay, so now we don't have any cache on the Nginx server. Now let us go back here. This is on port 8080. I'm going to go ahead and make the call again. Okay, if you notice here, let us go check the parameter. Yes, here we go. So this is a clear cache miss. This means that we actually hit the Nginx server, and this did not have it in the cache, and now it has gone and queried Apache server, and then it has requested for the resource, given it back to us, and it has also made a copy in its cache. Okay. Now if I see here, the page load time is again 1 minute, 1 second and 32 milliseconds here, which is huge, right? So what we are going to do again is let's run this again. Let's reload this page, and now we should actually see your cache hit, right? So if we go back here, exactly. So this is what we wanted to see, and this is what we have. So there is not a miss anymore. We have requested for the same resource which has been cached, and now it has successfully returned it from its cache. Okay, this is what saves us a lot of time. And as I said, there is one more layer of browser caching involved here, so that makes it much faster. All your images are loaded much faster because of your browser cache. So we have reached the end of the video now. I hope you did learn something new from this. I'm going to link a lot of documentations in the description below about what parameters you can tune and all of that. For this video, I've used the config of proxy cache. If you're actually doing it on the same server, if you're caching it on the same server where your website is hosted, you can actually use something called as fast CGI caching. Okay, do check this out. I'm going to add all these links in the description, so do take a look at them. Also, if you like the video, give a thumbs up and do share, subscribe to the channel. See you all in the next video, and thank you for watching.